following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, 25th Chapter, text number 18, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on November 18th, 1974, in Bombay, India.
ज्ञान वैराग्य युक्तेन भक्ति युक्तेन च आत्मना परिपश्यति उदासीनं प्रकृतिं च अतौजसम्. The conditioned state of life means influence of material nature. When we are very much influenced by the material nature, we have already discussed. Guna, karanam guna sangas. Material nature means the three gunas, three material qualities: ignorance, passion and goodness. Goodness is better than the other two qualities, ignorance and passion, but mostly, especially in this age, they are conducted or influenced by the modes of ignorance and passion. People do not know what is the aim of life. Just like they are called Sudras. Sudras means they do not know what is the aim of life. Just like animal. Animal does not know what is the aim of life. That is ignorance. And passion is power, creative power, or working for sense gratification. That is called passion. And goodness means knowledge. One can see what is what. We have discussed in the last verse how one becomes liberated. Tada puruso atmanam kevalam prakriti param nirantaram sanga jyoti animanam akhanditam. Anu. We are minute particle of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Mamaivaamsa jiva bhuta. We are not Krishna, but Krishna's part, minute part. That minute part also we have discussed, 1/10,000th part of the upper portion of the hair. Kesagra satabhagasya satatha kalpitasya. So when we realize this, that I am not God, but I am godly. I have got the quality of God. I have given the example also, just like the sea and the drop of water of the sea. So chemically, the drop of water of the sea is the same quality. There is no change of taste or other chemical composition. Similarly, we should understand fully that we are simply qualitatively one with God, but quantitatively God is great and we are very minute part. This is self-realization. Therefore, part and parcel, mamaivaamsa jiva bhuta, the all living entities, Krishna says, they are my part and parcel. The part and parcel, we have several times explained, just like in my body there are different parts, but the business of the part is to satisfy the central point, stomach. The leg is working, the hand is working, the eyes, the ears, everyone is working. Why working? To satisfy the stomach. In Hindi there is a pet caste. So similarly, we should work for Krishna. Because you are part and parcel of Krishna, therefore we should work for Krishna. I can repeat the same story again. Udarendriyana, the indriyas, the different parts of the body, because they are working hard, and the stomach within the abdomen, he is simply eating. So they went on strike. We shall no more work. This part is only simply, this man is simply eating, and we shall not work. They stopped work. The indriyas, they stopped work. Gradually they became weak. So when next meeting they saw that we have become weak, therefore again decided that let us supply food to the stomach. This is sense. So this godless society, this rascal society, which has forgotten that we have to serve Krishna, that is called dharmasya glani. When the society forgets Krishna and stops Krishna's service, that is called dharmasya glani. Real dharma means the characteristic. Dharma does not mean some rules and regulations. So, just like sugar, the characteristic of sugar is to become sweet. The characteristic of chili means to become hot. If sugar becomes hot and chili becomes sweet, then nobody cares for it. Similarly, our characteristic is to serve Krishna. And when we serve anything other than Krishna, that is our disease condition of life. Just like this hand is meant for picking up something eatable and put it into the mouth. If it is unable to do it, then it is diseased. If the fingers and hand cannot pick up nice food stuff and put into the mouth, then it is disease condition. Similarly, when we are unable to serve Krishna, or we do not serve Krishna, we serving we are, that is the fact. We cannot become master. Nobody, can anyone say that he is master, he is not serving anyone? Everyone is serving, that's a fact. Either you are serving your family, or society, or country, or office, or so many service. If anyone hasn't got to serve anything, then he picks up a master, a cat and dog, and serves him. Because service is my nature. But we are missing where to put the service. That is Krishna. That is Krishna. So when we understand that we are missing, we are serving, but we are having no pleasure. Kamadinam kutidhana kutidha pallita dunnidis. We are serving, instead of serving Krishna, I am serving my lusty desires. Kamalobhadi. If I go to serve any office, I am not going to serve that particular person, proprietor of the office, but I require some money, therefore I am serving. So I am serving the money, not the person. Therefore it says, kama lobha, lobha. We serve, the service must be, Krishna is the master. Ekola Ishwar Krishna Arsha Bhritta. Only master is Krishna. And anyone, or demigods, or man, or animal, or trees, or anything, they are all servants. This is the position. And when one realizes this position, that I am eternal servant of Krishna, particle, part and parcel of Krishna, my duty is to serve Krishna, then it is called self-realization. Not that aham brahmasmi, I become Bhagavan. How you can become Bhagavan? If you are Bhagavan, if you are actually the Supreme Powerful, then why you are in miserable condition under Maya? Does Bhagavan comes under Maya? No. Krishna says, Mama Maya. Maya is the maid servant of Krishna. And we are servant of Maya. So how we can become Maya? Bhagavan. This is common sense. Had I been Bhagavan, then why I become servant of Maya? Therefore, we are engaged in the service of Maya in so many phases and different names. Somebody is serving country, somebody is serving society, somebody is serving family, office, this and so many. This is Maya's service. Now when we come to our senses, that I am so long I was engaged in Maya's service, now I have to engage myself in Krishna's service. That is self-realization. That is described here. Jnana vairagya jukti. Jnana vairagya. This is knowledge. That I am servant of Krishna. I am nobody's servant. This is jnana. Because I am in illusion. I am for nothing, without any benefit. I am serving so many kamadinam kutidana kutidha palita dunnidesha kama lobha. I am serving this kam, lobh, moho, matsarya, but without any benefit, without any pleasure. So when we come to this stage to know, that is called jnana. And as soon as you become jnani, actually, in knowledge, then what is the next step? Vairagya. No more I am serving anyone. I shall serve only Krishna. That's all. This is called vairagya. Jnana, vairagya. Therefore in the Bhagavad it is said, Vasudevi Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayadita Janayati Asu Vairagyam Jnanancha Hitukam. If one is engaged in the service of Vasudeva, Krishna, this knowledge also comes, as it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mang prabhadat. After many, many births, if one is actually jnani, seeking after knowledge, then he comes to this conclusion. What is this? Vasudeva sarvamiti. Sa Mahatma Sudha. This is Mahatma. No, anyone who is defying Krishna and is trying to become Krishna, he is not Mahatma, he is Duratma. Mahatma means Vasudeva Sarvamiti, and knowing this, Mang Prabhaddate. That is Mahatma. Don't mistake Mahatma. Who is Mahatma? What is the symptom of Mahatma? Mahatma Rastamang Partha Devi Prakriti Masita Bhajanti Ananna Manaso Yatta Bhutadimabhyam. He is Mahatma. He cannot manufacture Mahatma. This is the qualification of Mahatma. Vasudeva Sarvamiti, who knows that Krishna is everything. Krishnastu Bhagavan Sam. He is Mahatma. And his business is Mahatma Nustamang Partha Devi. He is under the Devi Prakriti. There are two kinds of Prakritis. Para Prakriti and Apara Prakriti. Apara Prakriti means this material world, and Devi Prakriti is the spiritual world. So immediately, as soon as he understands this philosophy of life, that I am uselessly serving this material world or the society, friendship, country and so on, without serving Krishna, that is called jnana, knowledge. And as soon as one comes to this knowledge, that position is called Brahma Bhuta state. Brahma realization. That is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. Na suchati na kanghati. As soon as one comes to this platform of knowledge, then he becomes Prasannatma. Oh, why I am serving this nonsense? I forgot that I am spirit, soul, minute particle of Krishna. My business is to serve Krishna. Just like I have already explained. Part and parcel means serving the whole. That is called part and parcel. Any example you can take in office, there are so many workers, but they are working for satisfaction of the whole. Similarly, the whole is Krishna. Anything, we individually, or anything, they are meant for Krishna's satisfaction. Ishavasramidam sarvam, Upanishad. Ishavasramidam sarvam. Anyone who has understood that everything belongs to Krishna, Isha. Isha means Krishna. Isha or Ishara. There are so many Isharas or Isha. But Ishara, real Ishara is Krishna. Ishara Parama Krishna. And Krishna also says in the Bhagavad Gita, Matta Parataram Nanna. There are many Isharas or Ishas. That is all right. But nobody is greater than me. That is Krishna. Krishna's Bhagavan Sa. So this is Gyan. So as soon as one comes to this conclusion, that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I am Krishna's part and parcel, I have got the same quality as Krishna has got, but he is Prabhu, I am servant. He is master and I am servant. This is perfect knowledge. Then Jnana Vairagya Yuktena, Bhakti Yuktena. So bhakti means when one has attained real jnana. Without real jnana, nobody can become bhakta. The foolish person says that bhakti is meant for a jnani, a less intelligent. No. Bhakti is meant for the most intelligent person. Because bahunam janmanamante jnanavan mang prapaddati. You become experienced, very, very experienced, after many, many years. See, it is not many, many years, but many, many births. One actually becomes jnani. And what is that jnana? Vasudeva Sarvamiti. That is jnana. So long you cannot understand Krishna or Vasudeva, you should understand yourself that you are still fool. You may advertise yourself as very jnani, but you are fool. That is the Shastric conclusion. Because if you are actually jnani, then you should have surrendered to Krishna. That is also stated in another place in the book. Maya apurita jnana. Navana duskitanam mudha prapaddante naradhama maya apurita jnana asuri bhavamasita. Who does not surrender to Krishna, these classes are met. What is that? Duskritim. Always acting sinful activities. Because those who are sinful, they cannot understand Krishna. Bhaunam janmanamante. Or jisam antagatam papam. One who is completely free from papa, he can surrender to Krishna. He can be engaged in devotional service. So, to become free from papa, sinful life, one may say then it will take many years. Because jesam antagatam papam jananam punya karmana. Unless we act piously, it is not possible to become free from impious or sinful life. But there is very simple process. What is that process? Krishna says that process. Sarva dharman parittajya mamekam saranam vraja aham tva sarva pape bhamukkhasya. Aham tva sarva pape bhamukkhasya. If you simply surrender to Krishna, sarva dharma, there are many dharmas or many activities or functions. Some of them are pious, or some of them are impious. There are two kinds. The Krishna says you give up, pious and impious, both. That is sarva dharma. Because we are acting piously or impiously. So you can give up both pious activities and impious activities. Just like Arjuna. Arjuna was thinking that fighting with my brother, it is impious. So, Krishna was insisting that you must fight. So, how Arjuna could take impious activities? Because Krishna's service is above these pious and impious activities. That is called Sarvadharman Parityajya. They say the gopis went to Krishna at midnight by simply hearing the flute of Krishna. So, young girl going to Krishna at midnight, this is impious activities. According to Shastra, according to moral, it is impious activity. But because it was done for Krishna, it is understood as the most pious. Who recommends Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? That Rammakachit upasana brajavadhu varga bija kalpita. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as sannyasi, was very, very strict. No woman could come near him to offer respect. He was very strict about women. And now he is saying, Rammakachit upasana brajavadhu varga bija kalpita. What can be more wonderful process of worship that as it was conceived by the gopis, the 6 Goswamis also. Gopi bhavarasam mritadhilahari kallol magnau moho bande rupa sanatana ragjigo Sri Jiva Gopalako. So, although it looks apparently that gopis went to Krishna to dance with him, that is not very moral, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommends that is the highest method of worshipping Krishna. So this requires jnana. Therefore, this is called transcendental knowledge. How serving Krishna one becomes transcendental to all these pious and impious activities. That requires knowledge. Mahanchabhya vicharini bhakti yogena jase sagunan samatitaitan brahma bhuyakal. Pious and impious, piety and impiety, they are within these material gunas, qualities, good and bad. And Krishna's service is transcendent, above good and bad. So that is called real knowledge, and if one is fortunate enough to understand this knowledge, then immediately he becomes detached to this material, pious and impious activities. Thank you very much.
25th chapter, text number 18, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on November 18th, 1974, in Bombay, India.
Najujyamanaya bhaktya bhagavat takilatmani sadishosti shivapanthya yoginam brahmasiddha. Yogi means connecting, and brahmasiddha. Brahmasiddha means self-realization. Aham brahmasmi. Simply to know that I am spirit soul is not sufficient. It must be further advanced. Then it will be siddha, perfection. Brahma siddha. To realize I am Brahma, aham brahmasmi, that is not sufficient. You have to make further progress. Just like to become feverless. Suppose one is suffering from fever, so medicine is given and the no more fever stop. That is not sufficient. Not only fever should stop, But you should get strength, you should get appetite, you should have normal life. Then it is perfect cure of the disease. Similarly, Brahma Siddha, to realize that I am spirit soul is not sufficient. You have to be engaged in the spiritual activities. That is bhakti. Bhakti means spiritual activities. There is activity, it is not. The Mayavadi philosophers, they think that stop material activities. Brahma, Sattva, Jagan, Mithya. Why you are engaged? The Buddhist philosophy also, they say Nirman. Stop this material life. The Buddhist philosophers, they do not give more information. We are suffering on account of this material combination. That is their philosophy. Because this body is nothing but combination of earth, water, fire, air, mind, intelligence, ego. So if you separate it, let the earth go to the earth, let water go to the water, let fire go to the fire, then you become zero. If you dismantle, just like we dismantle some house, so there are so many things coming out, so let the doors be taken, somebody, windows, somebody, the bricks, somebody, and rubbish, somebody, then there is no house, zero. This is called Nirvana theory. No more existence. We are suffering pains and pleasure. Pains, there is no pleasure. Pleasure means accepting another type of pain. I am suffering, just like there is boil on your body, it is suffering, and to cure it, another suffering, surgical operation. So it is going on like that. Actually there is no pleasure, there is only pain. So the Buddhist theory is to dismantle this construction, and then there is no more sense of pain. The Mayavadi theory also like that. Their activities, because they are material activities, therefore there are sufferings. So the material activities, they are false. You simply understand yourself that you are Brahma and no more activities, stop all activities, Brahma realization. Their example is given that if you take an empty pitcher and you put into the water, so long it is not filled up, there will be some sound, bud, 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 bud. And as soon as the pitcher is fully filled up, there is no more sound. So, all these Vedic mantra and other, they are only means. So, when one is completely Brahma realization, then there is no more chanting, hearing or Vedic things. Everything stops. The same theory. Buddhist theory and Mayavad theory is almost practically the same. They are saying, make it zero, and they are saying it is mithya, false, stop it. Brahma Sattva Jagan. Brahma Sattva means Brahma realization, I am Brahma, I am the same, supreme, so on. But that will not help you. That is simply theoretical. Practical is Bhaktya Bhagavati Akhilatmani. Bhaktya Bhagavati Akhilatmani. Bhagavan is everywhere. Ishavassamidam sadvam. Ekapasau rachayatam jagadanna koti jat shakti rasti jagadanna chaya jadantam annantarastham paramana chayantarastham govindamadi purusam tamaham bhaja. Akhila Hari Ishvara Bhagavan Akhilatmani. Akhilatmani Bhakti. Bhakti, this word is applicable only to the Supreme Personality of God. Therefore it is said here, Bhagavati Akhilatmani. Bhagavan is not alone, is not only localized, he is everywhere. Andantarastham paramana chayantarastham golokaiva nivasati akhilatma bhuto. That is called akhilatma. Although he has got a particular place, just like Krishna, he is here. He is in many other temples also. That is Krishna. It is not that Krishna, because he is in one place, he cannot be in other place. Just like we are conditioned. We are here. I am sitting here, you are sitting here, but you are not at your home, in your apartment. Krishna is not like that. Krishna Goloka eva nivasati akhila atma bhuto. He is always in the Golok Vrindavan. Still, he is annantarastham paramanu chayantarastham govindamadi purusam tamang bhaja. Annantarastham means he is within this universe. This universe, the whole universe is going on. Because there is the Garbhodakshai Vishnu. Ekapasau rachayatam jagadanna koti. There are not only one universe, that koti, millions, and ekamsena sthito jagat, one amsa of Krishna, that Garbhodakshai Vishnu is there. Just like this body is working nicely because the soul, the spirit soul is within this body. Similarly, the whole universe, its activities are going nicely, regularly, everything, because the Garbhodakshai Vishnu is there. It is not the bigger. Matter cannot work so nicely. Don't think that so many planets, they are floating in the air without any arrangement. There is arrangement. Annantarasthanga paramanu chayantar. Vishtabhya aham idam sadmam ekansthena sito jagat. Therefore, Krishna is there, Akhilatma. Krishna is super soul. Ishvara sarvabhutanam riddesha arjuna tishthat. Krishna, although localized, although he is always in his Golok Vrindavan Dham, still he is everywhere. Therefore his name is Akhilatma. Hari, Ishvara, Bhagavan, Akhilatma, Parameshwar, Paramatma. There are so many names. So here it is said, Najujjamanaya bhaktya Bhagavati Akhilatmani. If you engage yourself in devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is super soul or expanded everywhere, even in the atom, then your yoga system for Brahma Siddha, for self-realization, will not be complete. Siddha, jatatam visiddhyana, that's what he said. Yeah, manusyanam sahasreshu kaschit jatati siddha. This siddha. Siddha means Brahma Siddha. Out of many millions and millions of persons, one is interested in Brahma Siddha. Nobody is interested. We are crying everywhere. Please come. We have made this center. Please come and realize yourself and make your life perfect. But nobody is interested. Manusyanam sahasreshu, that's what Krishna says. Out of millions and millions of persons, one may be interested. Similarly, there is statement in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Eirupe brahmanda bhrumite kono bhagyavan jeev, Guru Krishna kripaya paya bhakti lata bij. Kono bhagyavan jeev. To come to Krishna consciousness is not very easy. It is meant for the most fortunate person. Kono bhagyavan. Bhakti jo, to accept Krishna consciousness as bhakti jo is not so easy. Therefore, general people, they are not interested. General people, they are not interested. Bhogai sajja prasaktanam taya apurita chetasam. Bhavasatmika buddhi samadho na adhigacchati. Those who are too much materially interested, sense gratification, they are not very much interested in Krishna consciousness. They are not very much interested. So don't be disappointed that many people are not coming. It is a subject matter which is not for many people, only selected. Just like if you inquire how many fools are there, you will find practically everyone is fool. But if you want to see how many MAs are there, it will be very difficult to find out. So it is by Krishna's, Lord Chaitanya's mercy that we are preaching Krishna consciousness all over the world, and the fortunate, those who are very, very fortunate, they are coming to it. Otherwise, it is not very easy thing that people are interested in Brahma Siddha. And Brahma Siddha means complete self-realization, a perfect self-realization. That is called Brahma Siddha. To understand, first of all, Brahma, Jnana Vairagya Juktena, that is also Bhakti Juktena. In previous verse, we have discussed that Jnana Vairagya Juktena, Bhakti Juktena, cha atmana paripashyati udasinam prakritim cha atodasam. To be less influenced by the material modes of life, one has to come to this platform of Jnana, Vairagya and Bhakti. Otherwise it is not possible. And that the same process being stressed again. Najajyamanaya bhaktya bhagavati bhakti, where it is to be applied. Somebody said, I have got bhakti. Where you have got bhakti? No, I have got very much bhakti to my wife. I love him, I love her very much. I take care of her. If I do not see her, I become mad. So, This kind of bhakti is not explained here. I have got bhakti for my family, I have got bhakti my country, I have got bhakti for Goddess Durga, I have got bhakti for so many demigods. No, that kind of bhakti will not do. Therefore it is particularly said, Bhakta Bhagavati. Bhagavati, unto the Supreme. What kind of Bhagavan? Nowadays there are so many Bhagavans. No, not that kind of imitation Bhagavan. But what kind of? Akhila Atmani. You ask this so-called imitation Bhagavan, are you Akhila Atman? Are you present in everyone's heart? Can you say what I am thinking now? So Bhagavan means he must be Akhila. Don't be misled by so-called Bhagavan. Everything is there. Bhagavan means Akhila. He knows. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Ishvara sarvabhutanam hrideshe. If you are Ishvara, then you must be present in everyone's heart. Sarvasya chaham hridisannivistya. Ishvara, Krishna is Ishvara. Therefore he said, Sarvasya chaham hridisannivistya. I am staying in everyone's heart. So if you are Ishvara, if you are Bhagavan, are you staying in my heart? Do you know what I am thinking now? So, Akhila Atmani. Everything should be very scrutinizedly studied. Bhakti is only for Bhagavan. Not that my bhakti for this or that, for this demigod, for that demigod, for my family, for my country, for my society, for my wife, for my cat, for my dog. This is not bhakti. They are imitation. That is lust, that is desire, that is not bhakti. Bhakti means Bhagavati. Bhagavati means Akhila Atmani. So, if we can develop that Krishna consciousness, bhakti, then our life, successful life, Brahma Siddha, complete self-realization will be possible. Therefore it is said, Sadrisha asti Shiva Pantha. No. There is no other alternative. If you Brahma Siddha, Brahma Parabrahma is Krishna. Brahma Siddha means to understand what is the relationship. I am Brahma, that's all right. Aham Brahmasmi. But what is your relation with the Parabrahma? That is Brahma Siddha. Brahma and Parabrahma, there are two Brahmas. Why there is Atma and Paramatma, Ishvara and Parameshvara. So, living being and the supreme being, Nitya Nityana, Chetana Chetanana. These are the Vedic information. There are two, always two. Atma, Paramatma, Brahma, Parabrahma. So, Brahma Siddha means not only to understand that I am Brahma, but I must understand what is my relationship with Parabrahma. That is Brahma Siddhi. That means we must know what is Parabrahma. That Parabrahma is Krishna. Parabrahma param dhamam pavitram paramam bhavan purusham shasatam dibbam. We must know what is my relationship. That relationship is already explained. That I am qualitatively one. Brahma and Parabrahma means both of them one in the platform of being Brahma. But Parabrahma is very, very great, and I am simply Brahma, small. You just become a devotee and engage yourself in devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not the so-called rascal Bhagavan, but Bhagavati Okhilatma. That Bhagavan who is present everywhere. That Bhagavan. Not this false Bhagavan. Okhilatmani. These are the Shastric injunction. So, that Bhagavan, no, I don't find that Bhagavan. No, that Bhagavan is within your heart. Ishara sarvabhutanam, that is real Bhagavan. So, asutene brahmarida adikavai, that Bhagavan is always active. He instructed Brahma. Brahma, the Lord of the universe, he got instruction from Krishna and he created the whole universe. And what to speak of you? He'll also give instruction to you, provided you take to the devotional service, bhaktya, bhakta mama vijana. Thank you very much.
The following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, 25th Chapter, Text number 20, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on November 20th, 1974, in Bombay, India.
Vasangam ajarang pasam atmano kabayo vidu saeva sadhusu krita mokshadaram apabhidam. This is the definition of our Krishna consciousness movement. Consciousness is there. Living being means there must be consciousness. The consciousness when it is muddy or contaminated on account of intermingling with these modes of nature, we become more and more entangled. There is a verse in the Chaitanya Charitamrita spoken by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sadhu Sangha Sarva Shastre Koy Lavamatra Sadhu Sanghe Sarva Siddhi Hoy. Sadhu Sangha. Here it is also recommended. Saiva sadhu sukrito, association, prasanga, sangat sanjayate kama, in the sangat sanjayate kama, as you associate with man is social animal, it is said. So, according to your association, you can mold your character. If you associate with businessmen, then they actually form so many associations to develop their business capacity. Practical, there is stock exchange association, this market association, that market association, there is club association of the drunkards. So there are many associations, and this association, different types of association is the cause of bondage in that particular thing. Everyone knows it. Sangat sanjayate kama. Similarly, if you transfer the association to the sadhu, then mokshadaram apabridam, the door for liberation is open. If you associate with materialistic person, then your bondage becomes more and more tightened. And if you associate with sadhu or spiritualist, then your bondage becomes slackened, or the door of liberation becomes open. Mokshadaram apavritam. Jositang sangi sangam. Tamoddaram jositang sangi sangam. Sadhu sangha and Joshit sangha. Joshit means woman or things which are meant for sense gratification. Woman is symbolical representation of sense gratification, but anything meant for sense gratification is called Joshit. Tamaddaram Jositang Sangi Sangam. Jositang. So this material world is full of Joshit Sangha. Everyone is interested for sense gratification. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that Bhogaisajya prasaktanam taya apurita chetasam vyavasatmika buddhi samadhavana adhigacchati. Those who are attached for sense gratification, bhog means sense gratification. Bhogaisajya, opulence and sense gratification, those who are too much attached. Now, why people are so much slow in the matter of understanding spiritual value of life? At the present moment, why people are not? Manda means very slow. They do not take seriously that Krishna consciousness movement is the most important movement for the upliftment of the human society, but they do not take it very seriously. Why? Bhogaisajya prasaktana. They have been taught, the modern civilization is simply teaching people how to enjoy life by sense gratification. Especially in the Western countries, so many things. Even for saving there is machine. They do not want to ply the razor even. Formerly safety razor, formerly there is hollow ground razor. Now simply you take the machine, not to move the hand even. You see? This is advancement of civilization. The more you enjoy your senses, but actually the human life is meant for not enjoying the senses. That is called tapasya. To deny, that is human life. That is Vedic civilization. First of all, the brahmachari system. How to deny sense gratification. That is the first training. Even Krishna, he had to go to the forest to collect dry wood for the spiritual master. That is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna was talking with Sudama Vipra, how both of them went to collect dry wood, and there was storm and rain. They became stranded in the forest. The next day, their teacher and other students rescued them. So the brahmachari was trained up, tapasya, not to enjoy. They would have to go to beg, door to door, brahmachari. Mother, give us some alms for our ashram. So they are trained from the very beginning to address any woman as mother. And there are so many other things to arise early in the morning. Tapusya, tapo dibbang putra kajena suddheta satya. We have become so foolish that we do not know what is the actual condition of life. I am repeating this again and again. Our actual position is not to die, but we are dying. But we are so foolish we do not take care of it. Let us die. Let us die. But Shastra says, Krishna says, Bhagavad Gita says that why you should die. But they are so dull brain, they say let us die. What is that? Krishna says, Janma Mrityu. Krishna has picked up. The whole life is miserable condition. Titab jantanna. Adhyatik adi bhautik adi daivik. But you are so foolish, you have accepted this miserable condition of life as customary, so they have become accustomed. But the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan personally says that your real miserable condition of life are the four things, janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi. But who is taking seriously? There are so many advancements of education, scientific. Who is making research work how to stop death? No. Nobody is there. No scientist's brain is working. But it is possible. Therefore Krishna comes. Jada jada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharat. These rascals, when they forget that that is not our business, it is artificially imposed upon us. So we must become deathless again. That is the human life perfection. But nobody is caring. We have become so dull. One can avoid birth, death only because Krishna says the soul, the spirit soul, Atma, na jayate namriyate eva kadachi. It does not die, it does not take birth, and actually you are experiencing birth and death, old age and disease. Still we are not alert, no intelligence. For this reason Sanatana Goswami, when he approached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the first question was, my dear Lord, somewhere or other you have dragged me to your lotus feet, but I am inquiring from you, যে কে আমি কেন মরে জাপে তাপত্রয়? What is my actual position? Why I am forced to suffer these three kinds of miserable life of material condition? Nobody is inquiring. So therefore, these discussions which are going on, that is only for how to get liberation from the four principles of material condition, janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi. That is called moksha. Moksha or liberation. So, it is just like beating the dead horse. Nobody is interested about moksha, or nobody can conceive even that there is something as moksha. Moksha means to get free from this condition of birth, death and old age. That is called moksha, liberation. So, at the present moment, modern educated person, they do not know that there is something like moksha and it can be achieved, and there is process, and the whole Vedic Shastra is trying to educate us for getting moksha. They do not know it. So we have become so dull. Therefore, in this age, Kali Yuga especially, our conditions are described as manda, very, very bad or very, very slow. Manda, sumanda matadu. And if one is little interested, they will take some path which is not approved. They will invent something. So many isms. Now, some people came, very prominent men of Bombay, they have also invented something to educate or to enlighten the residents of the forest and the mountains. You know what we are doing for a year. But they are interested. Not interested, it is a hobby. Nobody can. There is mountain, and suppose in Africa, there are so many Africans, they are living in the... there is nature's law, but there is a process. This process is Krishna consciousness, by which everyone can be elevated, not by this material means. Material means you cannot do that. Just like in the Sukadeva Goswami statement, it is said, Kirata hunanda pulinda pukkasha abhira sambha javana khasada jannechu papa jad upasraya sraya suddhanti. You can make everyone happy, even the Kirata. Kirata means the Africans. They are called Nishada. Nishada was born as the son of the king, I forget just now name, Maharaj Prithu's brother, Bena, yes, out of the body of Bena, Nishada. So they became thieves. Professionally they became thieves, and they were asked to live in the jungle. So we have got practical experience. So these junglis, they are very much accustomed. However, you keep them nicely, they will steal. Nishad. Is it not? We have got very practical experience. We are pushing on this Krishna consciousness movement, and we have got experiences, different types of men. So they can also be delivered. How? Jadupasraya sraya, if they associate with sadhu. Jadupasraya sraya means if they are given the chance of associating with devotees, they can be delivered. Anyone can be delivered. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Man hi partha vyapasritya jepisu papajuna. Low born, papajuni. Punyajani and papajuni. Punyajani, jani means the source of birth. So, there are two kinds of jani, pious and impious. Those who are pious, they are getting chance of birth in very aristocratic, high family, educated, learned, Brahmin family, janma, then Aishwarya, opulence, riches, education, sutta, sri, beauty. These are the symptoms of pious life. And just the opposite, ugly looking, born in very low grade family, almost animal, then no education, no character. These are impious life. So, but this sadhu sangha, even by one is born in low grade family, papajuni, man hi partha vyapasritya. If one takes shelter of Krishna, Krishna says, if one takes shelter of me, Krishna never denies anyone. Socially we may deny a chandala to enter into my house. But Krishna and Krishna's devotee does not deny. That is the Krishna consciousness. They never deny. Yes, you are welcome. You take also education in the spiritual life. You also become devotee of Krishna. Sometimes we are criticized. But Krishna says, Mangi Pata Bapasita, JP Supapujana. He is offering shelter. And we do not know that our real business is not to accept another material body. That we do not. We are so full. We are working in such a way that we must have to accept another body. Nasadu manne jatvatmanayam asannapi klesadaya sadeha. We are working, we are feeling that so many difficulties there on account of this body, but we are not working how to get rid of this body, how to become again free and remain in our spiritual body. This intelligence is not there. Thank you very much.